Welcome back, everybody, to the morning after. Matthew is with me today, and poor Kiera had to listen to just all of us, or Matthew and I, kind of not lay into our kids, but school's back, and so now all four have homework, and we talk about this a lot, so I'm not going to really get into it, but it was a tough afternoon, so bear with us. We are going to get through this podcast, but we did come in and say, we have to be upbeat. We have to be happy. And Kiara did say, she goes, or you could just be real and be miserable? I don't know. I don't know if anyone wants to hear that, So
for the record, I'm not miserable. I'm doing fine.
Really, you could so much energy coming out of you in that comment that I'm sure they believe you. All right, we're going to get into our It's a Lots. Do you have one or do you want me to go?
You can go.
Okay, great. My It's a Lot right now that I think a lot of parents can relate to is we have 4 girls, obviously, and a lot of times when they put on an outfit that they've laid out the night before, which we do that because it makes the mornings easier, they put it on and they come downstairs for breakfast, and then they realize they don't like what they're wearing. They eat breakfast and we send them back up to brush their teeth, which is very interesting because some parents have kids brush their teeth before breakfast. I brush my teeth before breakfast.
As do I.
But like with the braces,
yeah,
all the
they're gonna have to brush again. Yeah, so
it's honestly, braces are real nasty. But they will come back downstairs in a new outfit, and I'm like, what just happened here? They're like, well, I just didn't like what I was wearing, and I go, oh, okay, and I get that. We change our mind. Did we put our clean clothes up? And they're like, yeah, I put them in the laundry hamper. I'm like, they're not dirty. Every time they change now, they can be wearing it for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
They take it off in the laundry hamper. I appreciate the fact that they are cleaning up after themselves, but I'm like, shit's not dirty. You fold it, and we're working on folding. Just throw it in the drawer. I don't even care. Just put it in the drawer because I realize the amount of laundry that builds up in this house with 6 people and 4 of them are little girls. Like, their clothes are this big, but like there's a shit ton of laundry. I'm going, how are you producing this much? Again, 5 seconds. And you know it. I get pissed. I'm like, why would you put it in the dirty laundry? Because now that it's like surrounded by dirty clothes, maybe someone had an accident the night before and now it's got pee around it because of the pee is in the laundry hamper. Now it is dirty. Matthew's just shit. He's like, okay, this isn't. That's my It's a Lot, though. Yeah. I find that to be a lot.
I get it. It is a lot.
Okay. All right. Well, fine. What's yours?
Oh, I'm going right now.
Well, I mean, you didn't have another response, so.
Yeah, no.
Oh, this is going to be so fun.
Well, currently in our schedule and really for the rest of the year for our team, It's a Lot is our travel situation. Just a lot of East Coast trips. Tennessee, Philly, Baltimore,
London.
Atlanta, London.
Don't forget London.
I mean, we're just cruising back and forth from East Coast to West Coast. So, yeah, Carolina in there. I'm trying to remember them all. But, yeah, it's just it's a lot back in the swing of it where I feel like I unpack my little travel bag only to be repacked about 3 or 4 days later, getting ready to go to the next place. So just a lot of travel, but part of it kind of fun, but it is kind of taxing.
Yeah, well, I don't think people realize the fact that you guys get right on the plane right after games, whether you have gotten nicked or hit in a certain way, and you're hurting, and then all of a sudden you're stuck in a seat, not really getting to stretch out or do what you need to do, and also just dehydrating yourself even more than you already were when getting on that plane. Mm-hmm. Do you stretch up and down the aisle? Like, do guys do that? Or what is it like on the plane?
No, I mean, one guy has done that before, but no, we don't do that. Are you gonna name? No.
Boo.
But
what do you mean? You don't get up and I feel like you like. No, how do you not?
No, you get up from your seat, yes, but we also have like recovery socks. We have all this, like, they have people walking around if you need ice or
just like a good old massage.
Just none of that.
I would love that.
Just just like compression socks and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, they just kind of walk around and help you with that kind of stuff. But it's not great. I mean, you go sit on an airplane. If we're flying back from the East Coast, we're on the tarmac for probably an hour anyways, and then a 4.5, 5 hour flight, and then you get in a car and drive an hour from LAX to your house. I mean, before you know it, it's 7 hours of sitting down right after a game is not ideal for a 37-year-old man trying to keep it rolling.
I agree. not ideal for anybody, but
Yeah,
especially
right,
as you
exactly.
age,
Yeah,
it
just
gets
tougher
harder.
and tougher, no doubt.
Well, I will tell you, like my knee on the plane ride home, and I know that I didn't play a game, but I walked around in cowboy boots the entire weekend,
Yeah,
and
tough.
like that can really mess up a knee.
I have a lot of sympathy for you and your travel.
Really swollen. It was
Yeah.
like I was achy. I was trying to straighten it, but you can't really straighten my leg. You're definitely not short enough. I'm almost short enough where I can like straighten my leg under the seat in front of me to get like a little bit of relief from being bent the whole time.
Kelly was too tired to go to dinner last night and too tired to do some other thing.
I
like,
know, it's bad.
what was
It was our
it?
date
Dinner
night.
and then
I'm so tired.
too tired to do dinner and then, well, we won't even get into
No,
the morning.
please. This is real.
No, it's okay.
No, please.
Kelly just had a really rough travel situation. I felt bad for her, so
Okay, well, you will feel bad for me coming home from this trip because I'm having all the kids with me.
No, I don't feel bad for you at all because you choose to do these trips. No one is telling you to do them. What?
I choose.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know if this is going to be your last year. I'm trying to make it a family year to take them to everything I can. I do this for you.
I think you forgot them in Tennessee. I don't know. But no, I don't.
Oh, we're fighting after this. It's
No,
fine.
I really don't. I mean, you did choose to do it. That's okay, though.
Well, yes, of course. And this is what I tell our daughters. Like, even if our daughters aren't the biggest football fans, you will be there to support your father because the only reason you live the life that you live is because he is down on that field. So we will be cheering him on until he is done. And that is why I don't know why I'm taking them, but I am taking them all to Philly. It's going to be, honestly, probably pretty dicey. I enjoyed their fans last time we were there, but I will not be sitting in a suite, so it'll be a different type of scenario. I will have all 4 of my daughters with me and my mom and my dad. So hopefully J-Pops can stand firm if we run into any trouble.
Oh, man.
It'll be. But the good thing is J-Pops can't hear. So love you so much, Dad. I love you. Don't take it personally, but we do. As we age, we lose hearing, all the things. So if anyone says anything, at least he can't hear it, so he won't like respond.
Yeah, that's good.
Because J-Pops is like me. Well,
Ashley's.
Ashley's is fiery. So if they say something, Ashley's might respond. But we're gonna have a good talk before we go into the stadium about ignoring.
Yes.
But yeah, but traveling is hard for everybody. But do you guys still, I have a question. Do you still like play cards and stuff on airplanes or no?
No, not much anymore.
Is that because Wi-Fi is available?
Yeah, a little bit of that. Wi-Fi is available. Just the way our setup is. I mean, some guys do, but I mean, personally, I'm so exhausted after games.
I bet you're mentally and everything exhausted.
Yeah, I
imagine.
I haven't really ever understood the guys and it's certain guys on our team and they're like, yeah, I get so like stimulated for a game, I can't go to sleep until like 2 a.m. And I'm like, 30 minutes after the game, I'm looking
unreal.
for a pillow. I'm exhausted.
But you are a unicorn in that because I don't know a lot of people that can do that can shut themselves off of what they just went through so quickly.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I just am so exhausted physically and emotionally. I mean, I'm like here's
the thing
I'm an
too.
introverted person, so to go do that for 3 hours takes a lot out of me, and you know what I mean? It does, and so
I can understand it.
It's.
But like when you were younger in the league, you used to play cards on the flights home.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. Do the young guys do that or no? Like
Less cards.
Maybe you can't turn around in your seat like you used to, like and sit on your knees.
Yeah, couldn't do that for a long time. That's for sure. But no, I feel like most of the guys are now, either on their phone or watching something that they downloaded on an iPad or a tablet or something. So it's more that than it is, if we have good Wi-Fi or if we have live TV on the flights, which, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't.
Yep.
A lot of guys will watch, whatever late game is on or, and watch and talk basically watch the game and talk to each other about the game, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, speaking of games, and I don't want to make this all about football, but this is the season. Are there any like matchups that you're excited about? This is also a listener question, so might as well ask it. Like
that I'm excited about for our football team?
Yeah. Is there any game you're excited about? Maybe it's because of where you're going to play it or like a stadium that you love or just a team that you think you're excited to play again, or I don't know.
I mean, Philly it's always fun to go there. Mm-hmm. It's always really difficult to go there and play there starting because their team is really good.
Yeah.
And then, anytime you get a chance at the team that won it all the year before. It's exciting. Have somewhat recent history with them, playing them twice last year and once late in the playoffs. So, it'll be a good match, hopefully, and those guys. And then I think it'll be fun to go back to London this year. Haven't done that in a long time. It's been 9, I think, years for me since I've been there.
Yeah. Not that you're gonna get to really be there.
I know. I think we're dipping in and out. But
Well,
so
me and your girls will be there. Woo, London.
So
You know what's
feels
great
so bad
too?
for you.
You know what's great? I know, I understand. You know what's great too, though, and I really felt it in the Tennessee game. After you threw the pick, it happens. But my friends and I are on the front row, and I look at them and I'm like, he hates that I'm right here.
Yeah, that's
right
my least
now.
favorite thing.
Well, I hate to tell you, but in Philly, we are also in the same spot. Babe, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And I felt like we would be safer with no fans in front of us, and we just have to worry with what's behind us.
Yeah, that's.
I feel like,
Sure.
That's how I made it work in my
Sure,
mind.
you did. It came to you right now, and you said, "I know how I can make this sound good."
When you threw the pick, did you think what did you think about me at all in that moment? And
No,
what
not
I
in the
was
moment.
thinking?
No, not in the moment. I'm just pissed off. But
Can you tell them what you tried to do and it didn't work when you were so angry?
oh yeah,
This story is fantastic.
yeah. Devontae was giving me props on how calm I was after the pick, which I generally am, and I
Yeah.
was even after this
You were. You just had one
3
slight
seconds
moment.
of
Yeah.
hatred. But no, I was just mad at myself, and then I just come back to the bench, and I saw a one of those tablets that we have on the sideline, and felt like trying to break it. So I tried to break it with my helmet, and I didn't really even look at the screen. I just smashed it with my helmet, and then I put my helmet on, and I calmed down, and was fully expecting to walk back to a splintered Microsoft Surface, but that thing had no dents in it, no splinters. I'm like, I need this screen for every tablet I have.
Yeah, for every tablet our family has.
Unbelievable. I mean, I could not believe it. I fully expected it to be in 50 pieces.
I mean, I watched you throw that helmet. I thought it was the bench. I didn't know there was a tablet sitting there. And I'm surprised because you put some full weight, or just, I felt like you hit that thing really hard.
Yeah.
But you know what? I love you. Just maybe it's the age just getting there, and we just don't have that core strength anymore to really put it down.
Maybe.
But he was telling me that, and I was like, whoa. First of all, who pays? I mean, is your team gonna be pissed when you break a Microsoft Surface? He goes, no, it'll come out of my paycheck. And I was like, whoa, just move it over and then hit it,
What do you mean? You think because it's in somebody else's assigned seat? Do you think we have assigned seats down there?
Just don't hit it is what I'm saying. Like move it over, hit the bench, and then be done. I'm saying that solely knowing that my ticket prices are coming out of your paycheck.
100%. I'm sitting there going like, why? We're going to leave one of the kids at home now that we broke a surface or what?
Yeah. Whichever one's acting up. Yeah, that sounds great to me.
Oh my gosh.
Just leave them at home. One thing that I love about Haya that I haven't mentioned before is that it is for every child, every age, which is pretty awesome. So I'm not having to get vitamins that are different for, 2 of my girls as opposed to Tyler type situation. So I love the fact that it is for every age child. But the biggest reason of why I love them so much is because it's not candy in disguise. But my kids love them like candy. They ask for them every morning. But it is actually a good vitamin and supplement, guys. There are a blend of 12 organic fruits and vegetables, 15 essential vitamins and minerals. I mean, it is helping with their brain function, their mood, their concentration, their teeth, their bones. It is non-GMO, vegan, dairy-free, allergy-free, gelatin-free, nut-free, and everything else you can imagine. But seriously, guys, my kids have been taking these for quite some time now, and they can't get enough of them. And I just love that they're actually good for them, unlike all the other vitamins that are out there that are just candy in disguise. So we've worked out a special deal with Haya for their best-selling children's vitamin. Receive 50% off your first order. To claim this deal, you must go to hiyahealth.com/morning. This deal is not available on their regular website. Go to hiyahealth.com/morning and get your kids the full body nourishment they need to grow into healthy adults. All right. We do have a few listener questions that I want to ask you. I know these answers, but I feel like they deserve to know them as well. Well, actually, no, I came up with one first. When you run out of the tunnel with your quarterbacks,
Okay.
do you notice the difference between like y'all's dap up and the rest of the team's dap up?
Well, I don't see the rest of the teams.
It's very like
Dap
old,
up.
it's very like old manish, like let's go. When everyone's like, all right, let's do
Yeah. I fully assume that everybody else is super excited to run out there. We're just like,
handshakes. There's a lot of fun happening, and then there's the quarterbacks. Can you just do it real quick? And they just do this, and
go.
they run out.
let's go, boys.
I mean, I don't even think you look at your guy. You're just it's
No,
just
I do. I give them a little. All right, boys, let's have a good one. They're like, all right, Niner, let's go, babe.
Well, can I also tell you the last one I saw? You and I think Jimmy hit Stetson at the same time.
Yeah.
So like his fist got like a little, and then he was like
Oh yeah.
it was, you guys are cute. I will say that. All right. But our listeners want to know, right? The rubber band on your wrist.
Oh yeah. This one's on its last leg.
It
by the
is.
way.
I can tell.
Was honestly worried in the Tennessee game
Oh no.
because I've only broken one in a game.
Can't lose the rubber band. What
Yeah.
happened in the game that you lost it?
It was San Francisco at home.
You remember it?
I remember the play.
This is a very important rubber band that lives on his wrist. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I scrambled to my left, and Deshaun Goldston, who's number 38 for them back in the day, tackled me.
Yeah.
And I didn't think anything of it, and it tore and it popped off. And luckily, my guys in Detroit, the equipment guys, knew. They had a couple spares on the sideline for me, so I ran over and put one on.
This is wildly embarrassing.
I know.
Do you?
But this one is super loose, so I'm gonna have to switch it out.
Did the Rams have guys that have our?
I kind of packed my own. I think I've given them some in the past. I just haven't had to need. I haven't needed one in a game. But yeah, I gave Kev, our guy, a few back in the day, just to have.
Is the solution to disrupting the PFF number ranked quarterback as the first two games is the just gonna throw that out there.
Happy to be here.
Is the key? Is it ripping off your rubber band?
I don't think so. I don't think there's any superpowers in there, but it just feels right.
When will you be done with the rubber band?
I know.
I like forget it's there.
Me
now.
too. I think about it. I think about like.
But like you're 37, and we have like a little like interesting. It's like your thumb.
I know.
Or a
well,
lovey.
it's like.
It's interesting.
I spent one off season. I spent like a week without one, and it felt so weird. I was like, I'd look down, just be like.
Okay, and for people who don't know, how long have you been wearing a rubber band on your wrist?
I think I started when I was like 7 or 8 years old. I look back at some old baseball pictures with like me and Kirsch back in the day, and I had the left wrist rubber band. So I used to get him at my mom's office when she would take me to work. The FedEx guy or the delivery guys would always leave, like that's how you used to get your mail wrapped in a big rubber band, right? And they would just kind of like fold it up like a hot dog. And they would, so my mom's magazine company would always keep them in this big pile. And so I would go in there and just grab them, and I'd grab like 3 or 4, put in my backpack when I go home. And then I had them for a while. So, and they were hard to find for a long time. Like before Amazon was really like a thing. Like I would go to Staples, I would go like all these places and wouldn't have like the ones that I wear.
Because they can't get too thin or too thick. You
100%.
gotta get the perfect size.
And like I don't do like the colored ones, and they can't be like that big because then they like choke your wrist. I mean, it's a process. But I'm locked and loaded. I got plenty in my desk drawer.
I don't know if you remember this, but before Amazon, I was trying to find rubber bands for you and put them in your stocking one year, and I got the wrong ones.
Yeah, that's a good
because
try.
I thought rubber bands were rubber bands. And then I got a bulk order of all different sizes. Do you remember that one?
And I used to pick through and find them.
I mean, guys, not really sure why we do this, but I'm also not sure why Tyler carries a lovey around the house. So, some things just can't be explained, and I guess this is one of them. Yeah.
I mean, I get that it probably looks weird and feels weird for other people, but like I don't even ever think about like the only time I ever think about it when it gets loose like this. It's about time for a change.
Okay. And then I have another question because we're talking about rubber bands. You've noticed that men have started to wear rubber rings during games.
Yeah.
Why haven't you? I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm putting you on the spot. I respect the fact that we don't have to, because I'm one to talk. Sometimes my ring stays upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes we have kids. Just keeping track of everything.
Yeah.
And also another ring on your situation, I will give you credit. You've only lost that ring once.
Yeah.
And that is because
it was in your bag.
Okay.
Was it not?
It was, but it was put there by you in like a jewelry bag.
Yeah. No, I didn't mean it like that. I was just saying like
the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't mean like you took it. I'm just saying like I misplaced it in your bag, I'm sure.
You, that's really impressive. And I still have all of mine because I found my wedding band because we were reeling some bags. Done. Wedding band found. I have yet to lose one piece of jewelry now.
That
is true.
Is not true. But
what have I lost?
Well, I mean, are we just talking right now? I mean, like the 3 Cartier bracelets I got you. Yeah,
I really feel like I was getting those screws tightened and I never picked them up or something. I don't know.
So the mall in Detroit, Somerset,
someone
jewelers.
has them. And they are engraved on the inside with our girls' names because those were my push presents.
Yeah.
God, I love a push present. Not enough to have.
Not enough to keep track of it.
Okay, I do feel really bad about that one.
Yeah, they had locks on them and stuff. They were way too hard to keep track of. Oh wait.
The locks, that's why I was getting them fixed because the screws to the locks were broken. They kept falling off.
Got it.
Okay, whatever. We're moving past this. One of my biggest problems with underwear and undergarments for women is you wash them once and I feel like they lose their shape. Whether it's bras or underwear, it's tough to find these types of things that are actually good and comfortable and sexy and all of the above. But Skims has done it. I have washed my stuff over and over and over again. And guys, it is still the same. I don't know how she does it, but she makes it worth every penny because they last, they're sexy, they're comfortable, and they do their job. They support. So if you're in the market for new undergarments or even just loungewear, whatever, Skims has it. And they do a great job at all of it. I love their Fits Everybody boy shorts and their unlined scoop bra, the lace one, because it gives me a little va-va boom. So if you are like me and just need all of the above and want to spend your money on something that works, shop my favorite bras and underwear at skims.com. After you place your order, though, please be sure to tell them that we sent you. Select podcasts in the survey and be sure to select our show in the drop-down menu that follows. All right. Let me see. I'm looking through these questions. Oh my God. Okay. Well, here's one for you.
Okay.
Who is someone that you look up to that balances their career and family life? I mean, whoever you look up to does an incredible job because I think you do that better than anyone else I know.
It's kind of interesting that you say look up to because the guy that comes to mind is the person that I think about that has recently talked about it that is actually younger than me, but Scotty Scheffler. Just talking about, what's important in his life. And obviously golf is very important to him. Mm-hmm. And he loves the game. He loves competing. He loves, I'm sure, competing with himself about how good he can be. But he also knows that the most important thing to him is when he gets home. And for him, it's his faith and his family. And I just think that people that, have an understanding of what's important in their life it's cool. And it's hard because there's a lot of outside voices and narratives in our business that tell us that we should care about one thing and one thing only, and that's the sport that entertains millions of people and helps you get acclaim and earn money and do all this kind of stuff. But I think there is a way to balance it, and I think Scotty does a hell of a job. He obviously talked about it. As the best golfer in the world. I'm sure it's demoralizing for some of the guys on the tour out there that are like, wait, what?
I don't have a family yet. I still can't be you.
Right. And so, but I do think there's power in having good balance, and being able to leave work at home, as best you can when you need to. And I know that when I get home, it's like I got so many other things that I have to do and help and think about and care about that it makes it easy for me.
Well, I will say 2 things. I think one of your coaches pointed it out to you, but you're 37. I know we keep saying your age, but you have a family of 6, and you also are probably the father in a way of that team just because you're the quarterback. Mm-hmm. The fact I think he was like, I mean, I can't believe you go home from this day and you have to go home. Not have to, you get to. You get to come home to it's chaos, right? We have 4 daughters, the homework, the activities. When a lot of these guys go home because they're younger and they don't have families yet, they go home, they play video games, they kind of just like relax, which you had that time too, you know?
Yeah.
Like we all did. But being the position that you're in, I could imagine, does it ever feel like too much and too heavy? Because I feel like you really do have to be the head of both of these quote unquote families that you're in.
Yeah, it doesn't get that way. I don't know. I feel like for a long time I've been pretty good at compartmentalizing and understanding like, okay, this is my task at the moment, and then how do I put whatever else is aside and fully focus on that? I feel like, frankly, like growing up, I was not the model student in the fact that I was like studying really hard or doing my homework on time or doing all that, but I did feel like I had a very not elite trait, but a good trait of being able to focus. Like if you put me in a room and say, I need you to focus on this, I can do it. And I feel like that's kind of how I have to live parts of our life, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like when I'm at football, I'm fully immersed in football. And when I am at home, I'm fully at home. And all the other stuff doesn't really matter. And I can focus on that. And that is, I imagine, you know, a talent that I was born with, but something that I developed as well and worked on, because that's how I got through school. I mean, you ask my mom, I'm not doing homework. I'm not studying for tests or SAT, but it was like when I went to class, I just absorbed everything the teacher said, and then here we go.
I mean, honestly, you say it like that. That trait is rare, because I don't think there's a lot of people that can do that. I know I'm not one of them. I'm also realizing that our daughters are getting their focus problems from me now, so that's great. I knew it, but I didn't ever want to admit it.
So we brought you on the show today, Kelly. This is an intervention.
Shit. No, but I don't know if that were me. I think I would fall flat eventually. I don't think I could do it. So I give you a lot of flowers in that, because now like really, and I've always known it, but like really thinking about that, of how like you really don't get that break. A lot of people, their break or their like release is to work out. Your workout is your job. Like what is your release? Like what is your, like, how do you get away from all of it? Not family, not football.
Well, yeah, I mean, like my job is stressful, but I also love it, you know? So like when I'm on the field, it's really intense and it's draining and it's like not easy. But I was talking to you about this at some point recently, and like I realized that I like to try to do things that are difficult, you know? And like if I didn't,
why you married me?
Yeah, right. And then like if I didn't have that, then like I don't know, you know, I when I was missing some time in training camp because my back was hurting me, I was like, man, I miss, like, my days were kind of easy. I was like, oh, I'm just rehabbing my back and working out and not really like mentally getting taxed by going out and playing and like trying to figure out problems on the field and reacting and all that kind of stuff. And I just realized even more so when you don't have that, man, I really love that. So to make a quick answer, a long one, I think playing is really difficult and physically more demanding now than it ever has been for me, and you know, mentally exhausting, but all that. But it is like where I feel like I can fully focus on that and have a blast doing it.
I love that you can still, I mean, I think I posted it on my Instagram last week or even this week. There was a video of you with just like, it was in Spanish, so I don't know what it was saying, but it was like videos of you celebrating just whatever with teammates and whatnot. And I think I wrote under it, I was like, I just love watching, knowing that you're having a ball.
Yeah.
And obviously tough games are tough and whatnot, but knowing that you're still loving it, I mean, that's why you're still doing it, which I love that for you. You're so smart and you're really good at this, just what we've just mentioned. And it makes me feel like if you didn't coach younger men when you were done, it would be a waste. I really do. I think so many kids could learn how to do this right, and also just learn what focus, hard work, all these things that sometimes I especially now these days, like kids just, I feel like are a little entitled. Like, yes, they could be really good, but there's a lot more than just being good to make it to the NFL now. And I feel like you'd be really good as like mentoring them. Love you. We're not going to get into it, but I just wanted to throw that out there. Because one of the questions is, do you see yourself getting into coaching the girls when you're through?
I wouldn't hate that. My dad coached me a lot growing up. I feel like I'm pretty even-tempered for him and can help him, try to figure out learning how to compete and learning how to do all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I'm well-versed enough in the sports that they're going to love, but I think
you're pretty well versed.
I could probably figure it out. Yeah, especially at a young age until somebody who's more specialized in understanding could take over. But yeah, I mean, my dad, coached in high school, coached in college, was my coach growing up. So yeah, I think it's probably a little bit in my blood.
I think we'd make a great co-coaching situation
It
because
sounds
you're
like a disaster to me.
I'm not. I'd be the yeller. You'd be the calm downer. I mean, I feel like we would be good at it. No? Okay. Never mind. Just more time together,
You can
when you're done, just the most time together.
You can coach one sport, I'll coach another.
Okay, great.
We'll see which one they pick.
I did just get offered a high school cheerleading coaching job right now.
Oh, wow.
Why are you guys laughing?
Congratulations.
I'm going to take the boxes away immediately. Fuck the boxes. What are the boxes? We'll get into this another time. That was interesting, yeah. We'll talk about the cheerleading boxes. They are horrible. Get rid of them. Put the seniors in front. Don't put them on boxes. I don't know who came up with that, but it's horrible. As we get older, I feel like we try to look for ways to change habits into more functional routines. And I'm starting with my morning time and my coffee. I have coffee every morning. It is a habit of mine. I need it to jumpstart my day. But as of recently, I've wanted to make it more functional. And I found Everyday Dose, which it is coffee that features 100% Arabica coffee that's enhanced with functional ingredients for smooth energy, calm focus, gut health, and skin support. There's no crash, there's no jitters. Because let's face it, as we get older, we start producing less collagen. So Everyday Dose makes that ritual easy to support skin, hair, nails, and joints. And not just that, guys, but I've noticed a big difference with just like my bloating. After my regular morning coffee, I always felt a little discomfort, a little bloating, but with Everyday Dose, that is completely gone. They have mild roast, medium roast, and honestly, I think it's time that we really do start looking at these routines or these habits and making them functional. And Everyday Dose does that for your coffee. So exciting news, you can now find Everyday Dose in Target stores across the country. Celebrate with a buy one, get one deal. Just buy any 2 Everyday Dose products at a Target store near you and they'll pay you back for one. Visit everydose.com/morningafter for more details. Some headlines real quick. Did you know Martha turned 100 years old?
No.
You probably need to write her a letter.
I do need to write Martha a letter. That's unbelievable.
Yes, they gave her the game ball at the last
Was she in attendance?
Lions game. She was there. She was in the locker room after. I know that's a special one. She's a special lady to both of us.
Well, we were sent this video of Tom Brady talking really highly about you, actually, which he always does. He does, but he made a really interesting point. This is kind of a timeout question, sorry, but he made a really interesting point. In his opinion, he feels like the veteran quarterbacks in the game right now have a really tip-top mental game, and the younger ones are in tip-top physical shape, and he's concerned that
they've dumbed down the game.
Exactly.
That was his quote.
That was his quote. I was just curious if you had any foresight on where you see the position of quarterback going.
Yeah, no, in some instances I agree with him. But in other instances I think that if I didn't know my rookie year what I know now. And I have to gain that experience some way. And sometimes it's through talking to older quarterbacks and watching tape, which at the very beginning of my career I didn't have a ton of, but then throughout my career I've had unbelievable guys to share the game with and talk about it with, and coaches and players and the like. But yeah, I mean, I understand where he's coming from. I do think that certain parts of the game, especially some of the college game, has infiltrated into the NFL for the ability to help these guys play at a high rate early, because it's something that they're familiar with, rather than, hey, let's learn what the NFL game is about, which is a little bit more complex and different than the college game. But yeah, I mean, I understand where he's coming from. I don't want to be negative towards the game or negative towards players, because I do think the game's in a great place. I think the guys that can play can still play, and they're going to, the cream will rise to the top, and those guys will prove themselves. And then the guys that may be physically talented but don't have the emotional or mental stamina to continue to play at a high level or figure out a way to play at a high level will fizzle out. So I do understand where he's coming from, but at the same point, I'm not going to sit there and act like I knew what I was doing 100% of the time as a young guy. Was I, forced to learn the game multiple different times in my career? Absolutely, and continue to do so. So it's an ever evolving thing. Defenses change. What I look at changes year in and year out, and how teams are trying to, be the next new thing. But it's, I don't know, it's a fun challenge. And I do feel like the more experience I have, if I can keep my physical traits as good as I possibly can, the better chance I have to be successful.
I do think there is something to be said. Like, you're not getting to this level without knowing how to play quarterback. Like, you're not being just, I feel like he was saying, they're more physical, they can run, they're dual threat kind of situations, but you're also not getting to the level that they're at unless you know how to play the game, unless you know how to read defenses and all this stuff. I would say, like, when you said emotional and stuff like that, that is where I feel like the difference is made a lot. And I do also think that when teams prepare for you, they prepare to beat you mentally. Like, because you can kind of, and I do think, yes, there's different levels of like mental situations with quarterbacks and understanding. But when they're game planning for, somebody else who can, and I'm not saying you can't use your legs. I'm saying I hope you never have to. And I hope, and 100%. I think your team thinks that too, but they're preparing in a different way for that quarterback that is a threat with his legs. But I think your threat is your mind. And I want to give you that, because I do think that teams prepare for you to pick them apart a little bit, and how can they figure out how to turn it back on you in a way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. I see different defenses on tape than I usually get on Sundays. I feel like...
I mean, do you not feel like a badass when you say that? You should.
It's not all the time, but like, I definitely get wrinkles, and there's certain things that I feel like coordinators will either do or won't do to our team when we play them. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure a lot of that has to do with the guys in our, receiver room and our running back room and our tight end room and our skill position guys that demand a lot of that. But I think also they probably understand that I've been doing this a long time and have seen a lot of looks and can find, tendencies and things like that if you give me standard old looks.
I mean, I agree with you with the Tom Brady comment. Like, I just don't think you get to this level unless you're good in all aspects. Like, unless you can, like, if you can't use your legs, then you probably have a step up in the mind game. If you can use your, like, or you have both, but like, you don't get here unless you know what you're doing physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Yeah, I agree. I appreciate what he's saying. I appreciate the fact that maybe what happens before the snap is less now than it used to be for a lot of guys.
Got it.
Pre-snap. But I would say that...
Can you tell people what happens pre-snap? That's like reading defenses.
Yeah, and making sure your team's in the right play. And I feel like... But I will give a lot of these guys, some of the younger guys, a lot of credit in the fact that I feel like they do a pretty darn good job post-snap making some decisions that, zone read, I'd have a hard time making some of those decisions, right? They're reading either a first-level defender or a second-level defender. They've got... the ability to run it, the ability to throw off of it, and all those kind of things. So there's some like natural, instinctual, in-play, in-game decisions that they make that I think are really impressive. And then, it's just different. They're calling kind of catch-all plays that there are options here, there, and the other place if they give us certain looks. Whereas I think what Tom's talking about in kind of the game that I play and some of the other guys in the league play too is a little bit more of, before the ball's snapped, we're in a good play, and sometimes not. Sometimes you go run it, and you got to click through and find a way to get through it. But there's definitely instances where we're trying to, make sure that we have an advantageous look.
Advantageous. I'm really now seeing that any struggles that my girls have with anything school is going to be me. Fall is here and it is starting to cool down outside. And honestly, I love this time of year. Who doesn't after these hot summer months? But it's time to kind of cozify my home a little bit. Like I want fire. I want hot chocolate feeling. And there's no better place to do that than Wayfair. Wayfair has every type of style. So if you're contemporary, if you're traditional, anything, you will find your style there for every budget. No matter what you were looking for. Actually, the other day, I bought some just lanterns I'm going to put on the floor with some candles in them just to really feel the coziness of our home. Not only that, but pillows, anything you can imagine Wayfair has. It is a one-stop shop for all your home needs. So cozify your space with Wayfair's curated collection of easy, affordable fall updates, from comfy recliners to cozy bedding and autumn decor. Find it all for way less at wayfair.com. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. Okay, we're going to move on from football just for a second, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. But I do have, unless you had something.
No, I mean, another listener question, and maybe it's a fast answer, maybe it isn't, was just that, do you have someone on the team that specializes in the mental, emotional aspects of the game, or is that something that a coach kind of handles? People are kind of curious, like, how do you stay calm?
Yeah, I know certain people hire outside the team to kind of help with them. We have a lady that works with our team with all that kind of stuff. I have not been one that has frequented somebody like that. I know a lot of people that had a ton of success with it. Been brief moments in my career where I've talked to the people in Detroit, but it has not been, very often. I would say less than probably 5 times in my career.
I would say this is very much his personality. I wouldn't say you're really getting this from anyone.
Yeah, no, I'm
which is fine to say.
Internalize those kind of things and figure it out.
Just internalize them until they all just blow up. And then they blow up at home with me. And I'm just kidding. You never do that. I do that all the fucking time. Internalize. And then Matthew's there. I'm like, what the fuck? I did it today. I was like, I'm so sorry. And then I started crying. I was like, it's just been a long day.
That was the moment.
Okay. And you can try and make this as quick as possible. Okay. What are you loving about being a girl dad right now in the stage that our girls are in?
They still want to like give me hugs and all that kind of stuff, which is like my favorite thing. I was actually talking about this with our offensive coordinator the other day, Mike LaFleur. So I think his daughter is 11 maybe, or something like that. And he's like 10 or something like that. And he's like, I'm not sure that I'm going to be getting hugs much longer, and God,
that breaks my heart.
Yeah, it breaks my heart too. So,
if you're not getting hugs, I'm for sure not getting hugs. Yeah. So,
no, but I still love that part of it. They still feel like, and they always will, but they still feel like little girls to me. And they're so excited about little things to tell me about their day. And I love listening to that.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I told them that we were doing the podcast, and the 3 older ones, because they're the ones that do soccer with this team, were like, wait, but he's going to take us to practice, right? Because he told us he was going to take us to practice, and I want him to watch. And I was like, yes, he will. Do I have to go?
No, you don't. It's actually better if you don't.
It is better if I don't. I agree. I know. Even Coach Casey says that.
Wait, why? Tell us.
Because
why would you think?
Sometimes Coach Casey, they can't even hear him. I'm like, and you know it too. Like you gotta speak up a little bit, because these girls are in their own conversations on the side, which pisses me off too. I'm like, have some respect for your coach. He's talking, but they can't hear him.
Yeah, and I'm with you.
He's very soft spoken. Like Matthew's soft spoken. This guy's very soft spoken.
I'm with you, and just how we handle that is different.
Like how are you gonna handle it?
Oh, they look at me and I just go.
Oh,
and they're
like the stern look.
That's actually scarier.
And they go like that, right? And you're just more vocal, we would say.
Well,
and that's not like wrong. It's just the way it is, and I feel like
it's bad. I need to stop. So I really do. It's hard, though.
I think they know that I can
watching,
and I want them to have a ton of fun, but I also want them like learn to compete a little bit, be serious. If they want to get good, like try.
Yeah,
and that's hard to do when you have a bunch of little 8, 9-year-old girls running around. I mean, they're all pouring water on each other's head and having a good time, which is like part of it too, right? Like I'm sure I did that.
As hell, yeah.
I'm sure I did that as a kid, and so, but at the same time, there's a time and a place to, try to learn the sport, and I do think that they're getting better.
And now I know the reason why they want you to go.
Yeah.
And not me.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. I'm at every game, so we're so excited. Yeah. In fact, this game I think is an hour away this weekend, so we'll be hitting that and going straight to the airport. They're going to smell. I feel kind of bad. They're going to smell.
No, they're not.
Gosh, all their little shin guards and stuff.
Like they're going to have my car's going to smell.
Bring up trash bag.
And
lock it up in a trash bag.
That like kind of gives me
You'll be right.
heebie-jeebies. Makes me a little nauseous. But like their hair, like they can like they sweat. It's hot still here in the valley.
Yeah.
And I feel kind of bad, but we are going.
Where's the game?
Philly. Is it Santa Barbara? I don't know. It's somewhere far.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'm just saying. Hopefully, it's cooler wherever you're going. You know what I mean?
But you know what? If they do stink, we're gonna do what Mommy did before the flight home, and
Yeah.
we're gonna take a sink shower
They'll love that.
because that's what I did after being in that Tennessee swamp ass
It was
nasty
so
shit.
hot.
It was so hot, and then I had to
Probably-
go get on a flight with other people who for sure were at that game and definitely did not shower. And I was like, this whole plane's gonna smell. I do love to be in the mix a little bit. I like, just like you like to go in like, and I know you do, but in opposing team stadiums,
Yeah.
like you get that fuel. Like I get that fuel too.
Yeah.
I just got to watch myself because, my yelling and my competitiveness and all that, I can't be on the field to do it. So I'm doing it from the stands, and sometimes it doesn't turn out great. But I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot in these moments. So we're going to have a great time.
Yep.
Philly's next, a little rematch. Is Jalen Carter playing?
I believe so.
Damn it. Can we get a little longer suspension for the spit gate? What do we call it? The spit that was spat around the world?
Football phlegm.
Football phlegm? No, we can't. So very excited about it, though. This Monday also is a very special episode. Matthew and I actually did this together. Had a little double date with two actors that were honestly a really good time.
Yeah.
We were laughing the entire episode. I mean, this guy, the amount of voices and energy he can do, I was flabbergasted by. That's a big word.
Proud of your word.
Huge word.
Proud of your word there.
Oh my God. Did you see me? I was proud of myself too.
Yeah.
How big did my mouth get?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Did you see that? Did you see me do that? Thank you. Thank you. A little hint. One is an original superhero in a big movie franchise, and the other one has become more well known the last couple of years for football commentary. He also dropped a hint on a big podcast about timeout. So those are your hints. You guys will love them. We seriously enjoyed it. We sweated. We laughed. It was fun.
Yeah, it was great.
All right, guys. Have a great week. And until Monday, have a splash.
Make a splash.